All right, let me show you a couple of things here inside Flash in terms of what's happened to our layout. Some of the good news here, anyway. First of all, as I look at my layout here now on Flash's stage, if I start clicking around in terms of some of the different content that we had originally set up inside Illustrator, we discover that the groups that we set up back in Illustrator are respected, if you will, here in Flash. So, for example, the three footer items or the three footer objects, we had grouped those back in Illustrator. Well, they're still grouped here in Flash, which is great, right? Little things like this really do make the difference, right? Or check this out. If I grab, for example, home or applications or seminars, any of these guys here, and bear with me here, I'm just going to flip into the properties panel here on the right-hand side in Flash. It says instance of seminars underscore BUT, instance of tools underscore BUT, right? Or if I grab my white arrow there, instance of white arrow. So again, the Illustrator symbols, as I mentioned way back when, probably about a half an hour ago or so, is I said Illustrator symbols are recognized by Flash, right? Which is fabulous. And we'll talk about the symbols in just a second. Let me show you one more thing. Our text, if I select my text here on the stage, it's still fully editable text here inside the properties panel, as we saw again when we were importing our Illustrator content. So it's great. Lots of stuff is maintained here. Now, what else do we have? Let me show you the timeline. I'm going to pop open the timeline here at the top of my interface anyway. And there's my layers: background, footer, content, and header. So all of the layers are maintained as well, which is great. The layers only have one frame on them, and they're all keyframes. That's all right for now. But everything is maintained, which is great. Okay, let's talk about the symbols for a second here. I'm going to pop into the library panel and check out what happens inside the library panel. You may have to twist open your folders here. So we have a top level folder called flashlayout.ai. Pop that guy open, and we have background, content, header, and Illustrator symbols. Now, inside background, content, and header, we just have those imported graphics, right? There's the logo, and there's the lovely couple there sitting on the couch, and the wood grain background, right? Great, fabulous. Everything came across. What didn't come across, by the way, and this is maybe one of the downsides anyway, is the connection between the original files and the files inside our layout are now broken. So they're not linked back to the original file, which is really too bad, but we might do something about that in the very near future. Anyway, we also have Illustrator symbols. Let's pop in here and see what we have. Applications, BUT, and blog, and contact us. Now, I'm not getting a preview here because the library panel might need to be refreshed. There's my Learn More and all of my other buttons in there. Okay, now let me show you the Learn More. This is kind of weird. If I grab Learn More there, I see the blue background and I see the white arrow, but I don't see the text Learn More. But if I actually go into the symbol inside Flash, if I double click on the symbol inside the library panel to enter into symbol editing mode, there's the text. It was there all along. It's kind of weird. I don't know. It's just not previewing here at the top of the library panel for some reason. Anyway, check this out. I'm going to flip back into the properties panel for a second. And the properties panel is telling me that I have a group selected. All this stuff here, it says, is a group. So again, my groups are maintained. They're respected here in Flash. Okay, I'm going to double click on this group, and using my navigation bar across the top of the interface, so I'm inside Scene 1, inside Learn More, inside a group, and if I grab my white arrow there, inside the group, which is a part of the Learn More graphic symbol, inside the Properties panel, it tells me it's an instance of white arrow. So we have an embedded symbol here inside our Learn More graphic symbol, right? Which we did again back in Illustrator. So I'm just trying to point out to you all the different things that are maintained when we bring our layout over into Flash. So we have lots of good news here, lots of good stuff happening. Okay, I'm going to go all the way back to Scene 1 here. Hopefully you're liking this here. Lots of great stuff coming up. So I think what we'll do next is we will continue on. We'll march forward with our layout now here inside Flash.